Okay. So, hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
All right, can you tell us who you are?
Yes. So my name is Samuel Bratton Tollison, and I am the student body president at Fort Collins High School.
Very nice. Okay, so first, what made you and the rest of StuCo want to do the virtual Spirit Week? And how do you think it went?
So so we already had a Spirit Week in the works before we left for spring break, and it was supposed to be scheduled that week. We got back, and so once we found out that um, school was going to be canceled for the rest of the year, we decided um, might as well just go ahead with the Spirit Week anyway, because we felt that that was a time that we wanted to remind our fellow Lambkins that they're a part of Fort Collins High School. They're still a part of this community, even if we're not in the school every day. So we went ahead and did it, and I think it went pretty well. I think it was a fun way to kind of start to accept our new way of normal, and kind of ease that transition into online learning.
What overall are you trying to do as class president to lift the spirits of students?
I'm trying to um, keep our student body positive in these tough times. And that's, through just talking to a whole bunch of different people, but also I've been talking to administration as well as our StuCo advisors, and we've been trying to come up with different things to keep the student body engaged socially on social media, but also when I've been talking to admin, it's been trying to get answers or clarification about things, in regards to events, about graduation, and if students ask me about it, I can share that information with them, just to make sure that everyone still feels they're a part of this community, in any way that we can do that. So yeah.
Is there anything you encourage students to do during this time?
Um, I really encourage students to take up a new hobby, because we have a lot of time on our hands, and I feel like might as well learn something, take the time to learn it now so it's easy in the future. Um, I've been learning to play the banjo. Can't say I'm very good at it, but here we are playing the
You're having
banjo
fun.
and
That's all that
vibing.
matters.
Yeah, we're doing what we can.
Is there anything else you're doing to keep occupied?
I have been watching a lot of Criminal Minds. There's 15 seasons, so that can fill a lot of your time.
Yes, for
It's
sure.
very entertaining, very fun. I'm also currently sitting outside to try and get a Choco tan. So
Very
doing
nice.
what we can.
Is it even that warm outside? What's the weather outside currently?
I don't know, but it is quite hot. But that could be
Okay,
because I'm in
okay.
a sweater. So.
True. So in terms of things like prom and graduation, what are your thoughts on everything, and what are you hoping will happen with all of that?
My biggest hope is that we move everything back into the summer. All of those big events that we've all been looking forward to in this last quarter of senior year, especially graduation, because I feel that that's something we've been working for 12 years now, and something that we were told that we would have for 12 years. So that's definitely a big thing that I hope to see postponed into the summer months instead of seeing moved to um, a virtual platform. Of course, only time will tell with that, though. But what we know at this point is it's not going to be at Moby, and it's not going to look the same. It'll likely be at the school, and how it will look is TBD. We're just kind of waiting for that go ahead from the district, who's waiting for the go ahead from the state. And then in regards to prom and spring fling and those other events, we are hoping to also push those back into the summer, just to get the whole student body back together one last time. And we'll see what happens. Again, they're not going to look the same as they have in the past, but we're we're having weekly calls in student council, and we're having calls with administration to try and figure out what that looks like, or what that will look like. And each week, we're throwing out new ideas to try and come up with something. So only time will tell, but hopefully everything just gets pushed back into the summer.
Do you have any thoughts or feelings about how this whole thing is going, and how do you think it will affect FCHS in the future?
I think this is a huge learning curve for the entire FCHS community. We're all learning as we go. And I think for those going back to the school next year, I think it'll be a very unifying process for them, and it'll be a very we've all been able to take the time to reflect on this experience and reflect on how we actually do enjoy going to school and how we miss being in that social environment. And so I think being back in the building, being back in the school with your teachers, with your fellow students, it'll be a lot more fun, and you'll learn. I think they'll learn to not take that experience for granted, and so there'll be just a positive energy within the halls. But I think for the senior class, it too is a unifying experience for us. This is a very rare experience. We're getting our senior year taken away, but if we look at it in a more positive light, we share this experience with all of the other current seniors in the class of 2020, that no other class will get to have. So it's this kind of special thing that's just for us. And while it sucks right now, the stories we'll have from it, and looking back on it, I think will be very fun. And when we have our 10 and 20-year reunion, we'll be able to come back and share our stories of quarantine, but also talk about our years in high school, which not everyone will get to have. So, yeah.
What is the first thing you're going to do when quarantine is over?
Okay. I really like Big Al's burgers, and I can't get them while we're in quarantine.
Are they
So
closed?
I think so. Well, at least they're not on Nuko Nosh anymore. So I'm going to try.
No.
I know. First thing, I will be getting myself a bacon guacamole burger and a Sprite and some truffle fries.
Their truffle fries are very good.
So good.
So as a senior, what are your plans for fall and the next coming years of your life?
So I am going to Georgetown University next fall, and I'm planning on majoring in government or political economy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah.
All right. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Stay bougie, stay classy, stay radical. Left Fort Collins High School. Once a lambkin, always a lambkin. Yeah.
All righty. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Ella. Wait, do you want to meet my dog before this ends? Clementine, come here, come say hi.
Is this a new dog?
This is Clem, but here's Winston. Wait.
I was going to say, I know Winston, but...
Here they are. Say hi.
Aww. You're on camera.
You're on camera. Okay, but yeah, those are my